Are you deciding between moving to Provo, Utah or St. George, Utah? These two cities couldn't be more different in climate, lifestyle, and job opportunities. Let's break down which one of these cities might be the best fit for you. Hello there, I'm Scott Walters, your Utah YouTubing realtor, and today we're going to dive into the cities of Provo, Utah and St. George, Utah. These are two of Utah's more popular cities, and they both offer different experiences. By the end of this video, you should have a pretty good idea of which one of these cities is going to suit your needs best, whether you're buying, selling, or looking to invest. So let's get into it. All right, we got to start with climate. So if you're into four seasons, fall, summer, winter, spring, then Provo's the place for you. But if you really like the hot desert climate, then St. George is the place for you. You know, Provo experiences very distinct seasons, and oftentimes we can have a lot of snow in the wintertime in Provo. So if you're into skiing, Provo's a great fit. St. George, on the other hand, has a hot desert climate. They do have mild winters, so that's awesome for people that love to have a mild winter. But if the summers can be unbearable at times. I mean, we're talking triple-digit temperatures. To the point that it makes you not even want to go outside sometimes. But for those who like warm weather, it's the perfect fit. So who's the winner in this case? Really, this comes down to, it's really a tie because it depends on what your preferences are. If you're really into the hot, warm climates, you don't want to shovel snow at all, then take St. George. But if you like being closer to the mountains and having distinct seasons, you really like having a fall and a summer and a spring, then choose Provo. I'm going to show my bias here because I live in the Provo area. I'm always going to choose Provo because I love fall. Fall is my favorite season of all. I love the fall colors. They're always just beautiful up in this area, and you just don't have those same fall colors down in St. George, although it's not a far drive to get up to, say, somewhere like Cedar City if you want to go check out fall colors. But I'm giving the edge to Provo. All right, next, let's take a look at the cost of housing or the cost of living. So there's definitely high demand in Provo. One nice thing about Provo is definitely cheaper than the Salt Lake area. It's close to the Salt Lake area, but there's definitely demand, so it is pushing home prices up. But on the other hand, St. George is also experiencing quite a bit of demand, more from people that are retiring. There's a lot of people that come from the Salt Lake and Utah Valley areas and move and retire down to St. George. So this is really a toss-up. Home prices are fairly similar. I would say the one difference you would find is you'll probably get more home as far as square footage for the money in the Provo area compared to St. George. Generally down that way, you're not going to see a whole lot of homes with basements. It's all going to be slab on grade. So even though you may look in and it may appear the above grade prices might appear a little bit better or cheaper in St. George, you're generally not getting a basement. So as far as money goes and housing expenses go, you're going to get a little more home for the buck up here in the Provo area. As far as like property taxes, they're both pretty similar. The St. George area has slightly less property taxes. So as far as that with cost of living, they're really it's kind of a wash up. So who's the winner when it comes to cost of living and housing? I would say Provo. You're going to have more housing options here in the Provo area just because it's a larger metropolitan area. So you're going to have more affordable options in the Provo area. So the winner, Provo. Let's talk job market and economy. They're very different. So in the Provo area, you're going to be focusing more on education, where you have two major universities in the Provo-Orem area. You've got Brigham Young University and you've got Utah Valley University. But also the Provo area is also part of the larger Silicon Slopes tech sector. There's plenty of tech jobs in Provo, and then of course going up to Lehigh, which is kind of considered more of the Silicon Slopes tech sector. There's a lot of job opportunities there, and again that just kind of creeps on over the mountain into the south end of Salt Lake Valley into Draper. That whole area, there's just a plethora of tech jobs in that area. When it comes more to St. George, they've got more like healthcare jobs because you got a lot of retirees that have moved, a lot of them from the Wasatch Front down to St. George. And then of course tourism is kind of a big thing there, as well as the service industry with a lot of people that like to visit there. So you've got hotels and a lot of hotels and restaurants. So those are kind of the big factors there as far as as far as the job opportunities. So what's the winner here? I really feel like it's a bit of a toss-up, because if you're wanting that slower, probably just a little more laid-back lifestyles, and St. George is probably the place for you. You're still going to find some good job opportunities there in healthcare, and they do have a university there. It's a smaller university. It's Utah Tech. So if you want to be in the education sector, there's still plenty of job opportunities there. You will definitely have more up in Provo. So I guess Provo would get a slight edge in just having more job opportunities, just because the population's bigger and there's more companies that are in the area. Hey, and if you disagree with any of my picks, totally fine. Make a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. Do you like the climate of St. George better than northern Utah? Do you think the job scene in southern Utah is better than northern Utah? Give me a comment down below. Now let's talk about the outdoor lifestyle. Now this one comes down to what do you like. If you're up and you're totally into like skiing and high mountain alpine lakes and things like that, northern Utah, Provo area is the place for you. I mean, you're right up against the Wasatch Front. There's multiple lakes nearby. You've got Utah Lake, and you've got multiple reservoirs near the Provo-Orem area. You've got Deer Creek Reservoir, Jordanelle Reservoir, Strawberry Reservoir, Schofield Reservoir, multiple streams that you can fish on with the Provo River, the Spanish Fork River. You've got Hobble Creek. So there's just so many outdoor options that way. And again, if you're into skiing, then the Provo area is for you. You're just minutes to Sundance and the skiing opportunities there, but you're also 45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes on a heavy day to go on up to the Salt Lake area. You got 4 ski resorts in that area. And then of course from the Salt Lake area, you're like 25, 30 minutes over to Park City, where you've got 3 other great resorts. So if you're into that type of outdoor lifestyle with skiing and snowboarding, Provo's your spot. Now, if you want to have access to year-round golfing, outdoor hiking, and biking, then St. George is your place for you. The winters are absolutely spectacular in St. George. You're going to have great weather pretty much year-round. You're not really going to experience snowstorms shutting things down or ice storms. So it really just comes down to your preference, whether you like warm weather activities or just more of the high mountain activities. Now, one thing with St. George is you're not that far away from some of those similar type of activities that you would experience in the Provo area. You're going to be probably an hour and a half up to Bryan Head, which is just kind of up above Parowan, or Cedar City, which is a great ski resort, and those are beautiful mountains up there. You also have multiple reservoirs right within the St. George area, like Quail Creek or Sand Hollow. And so there's also some reservoirs kind of up on top by the Bryan Head area. So there you've got those opportunities too. So maybe St. George gets a little bit of the edge on the outdoor lifestyle, because you can kind of experience all of it. You can experience the snow skiing and boating and biking, but you also can experience doing all those activities in the wintertime with fantastic weather. So for some people, education may be their top concern. So which one of these cities is better for education? Well, as I've already mentioned, Provo's got basically access to 2 really great universities. You've got, of course, Brigham Young University, and then you also have Utah Valley University. These 2 universities are separated by maybe, I'm guessing, 6-7 miles. I mean, with the traffic, you're probably 20 minutes apart from these 2 universities. So when it comes to education opportunities, you have more in Provo. Now, St. George, again, has Utah Tech University. It's a smaller, it's just a smaller university, so it's a much more of a smaller college feel in St. George, where with Provo, it's kind of more of the big-time college feel. Brigham Young University is part of the Big 12 Conference, so it's definitely got that big-time atmosphere of a big-time college town with big-time athletics for both football, basketball, men's and women's volleyball, soccer. I mean, it's just so many opportunities that way with education. So I'm going to give the slight edge here to Provo. All right, finally, let's talk about the vibe of each city. So with Provo, you're going to kind of get more of that younger vibe feel, because there are just so many college kids running around there. So there's definitely a very youthful feel to Provo. And now when it comes to St. George, it's more of a laid back, more of an older feel.
To the retirement home!
Because you've got just so many retirees. And of course, you do have the university there, so that brings in an element of that youthful energy and enthusiasm. But you've just got a lot of retirees that live there, so it just feels a little bit more laid back that way. This one's going to come down to a tie. It's just, what is your preference? Do you want a little more upbeat pace of life, then I would pick Provo. But if you like more of the laid back, retire feel, and just golfing leisurely on your own time, then I would take St. George. So both Provo and St. George offer amazing lifestyles. They each have their own unique appeal. So if you want all four seasons, a thriving job market and tech sector, Provo's the place for you. If you want more of that laid back, beautiful sunshine, desert scenery, golfing year round, biking year round, then St. George is the place for you. So what do you think? Are you leaning more towards Provo or St. George? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're ready to buy, sell, or invest in either one of these amazing cities, I'm here for you. My contact information is down below, and reach out to me like so many others have. Listen, if you're looking to move in 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 years, I'd love to hear from you, but I can't help you if you don't reach out to me. So again, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap on that notification bell so you can stay current every time I drop another video about living in Utah. Hey, and if you found this video helpful about the differences between Provo and St. George, you might also enjoy my pros and cons video about St. George, and you can watch that by clicking on somewhere up here. Or if you want to know a little more about Provo, go check out my Provo pros and cons video. And again, you can watch that by clicking on somewhere up here. And with that, we'll catch you on the next video.